Hey, what up, YouTube fam? This is Note to Fake J's here. Today, I wanted to do a quick review, shoe comparison of the Air Jordan 12 French Blue on the left, 2016 version, and then the 2003 version on the right. First off the bat, I saw that the shoe today. I actually got these today. And off the bat, I noticed that the shoe was actually just a little bit bigger than the 2003 version. And again, both of them are size 9. Let's look at the color tag here. White, French blue, metallic silver varsity. And then the 2003 version is white, French blue, metallic silver, varsity red. So the naming convention of the colorway is identical, and the 2003 version came in this the silver Jordan face box, and then it came with a retro card, whereas the 2016 version only came with this really hideous orangish paper. But anyways, let's get to the comparison video. Again, off the bat, I noticed that the shoe was much bigger, longer than the 2004 version, and then here I try to keep it, keep it as close as possible in terms of the, if these two shoes are identical, then obviously, the placement of the silver lace holes and the shoe should be, identical and the same. And so I try to put it as identical as possible. Let's see here. So, okay. And then you can kind of just see, there's ever so slightly, protrusion of the toe box. And you can also see that the width of the shoe toe box is actually more narrower on the 2016 version versus the 2003 version. And then the line, basically, this can tell you with the lines how the lines should be. They kind of match a little bit, but you can see that this one has a little bit more of a, the line is a little bit more further out towards the, the edge of the shoe toe box area than the 2004 version. And also the width is much more wider on the 2003 version than the 2016 version. My experience with the Jordans is that there's always been, the toe box has always been, wide because I have white feet and it felt comfortable. And then, more of the latest Jordan that came out, the toe box has always been a little bit narrower, and you end up basically kind of, like scrunching your toes, and people have complained that, the toes are rubbing and it's, basically feeling, getting blisters and feeling like it's going to fall off. And also the height of the shoe is also noticeable as well. You have the 2016 version right here on the right, and you can see there is a difference in terms of the ankle height of the shoe. And then the other thing I noticed was that the tongue is actually a little bit shorter as well, and perhaps it is because the height of the ankle support here that may this look shorter. But if you actually compare the Jumpman, the placement of the Jumpman, it looks like this Jumpman is much lower, and so therefore you have the higher tongue here, which kind of gives you, I think, a better support, better feel. The other thing is that the feel of the shoe, the 2004 version is 3 versions right here, where it is much more softer. The leather is very buttery and very soft, whereas the 2016 version is less padding, less support. And you can see there's quite a bit of padding on the tongue, and then whereas the 2016 version, there's very little padding. But it's very, it's almost night and day when you feel it. There's obviously you can see the tumble leather. It's very obvious here, and this one, just very slight. It's almost very smooth, but it's very soft and very plush. So it actually makes the shoes make your feet very comfortable, very supportive and very cushiony. Whereas the 2016 version, I haven't tried these on, but I can imagine it's going to be just a little bit stiffer. In terms of the color difference, the 2016 version on the left here has a lighter blue, shade of blue color, and let me see if I can. So even if you look at the bottom sole, you can see that it's much more lighter on the 2016 version, and then the 2003 version has a more of a darker blue color to it. If you look at the sole, it actually shows a very distinctive difference in colors, where you have the 2003 version right here, which is more of like a navy blue, and this one's more of a lighter or French blue, if you will. So and then the inside rib area, the red color and the dark patterns there just seems a little bit more darker on the 2003 version as well. And then on the outside of the shoe, it's pretty much identical in terms of the gray tab, whereas the Jumpman is pretty much identical. Another thing I noticed was that the subtle differences is that for the 2003 version, it looks like the metal lace hole or lace hoops here are sort of has the nickel brush finish, whereas the 2016 version has more of the shiny chrome finish to it. So there's a difference in that as well. As I mentioned, that because the shoe is made bigger, I was not able to get my size. I initially, I really thought that these shoes may actually sit and not sell out as fast as I thought it would be. But I was on sneakerapp.com, and that was a joke. That sold out within minutes. And then I was in finishline.com, and I wanted to cart 8.5, size 8.5, but I wasn't able to. But fortunately, I was able to get a 9. So if any of you out there want to trade with me, I just got these today, brand new, and they're pretty symmetrical. So it's a very good pair of sneakers. And so if you want to trade with me, size 8.5 for these, let me know in my comments section. And then I want to touch a little bit on the price. So because these were $190, I don't think these were quote unquote from the master mole version of it. Mainly because I think the leather is still to be desired. It is not, if these were considered the master version, then I don't think these are I don't think these are the master version of it. And so there's quite a bit of ways to go for them to up their quality in terms of leather and the cushion, and then the padding of the shoe to make it more comfortable, like the 2003 version. But anyways, so this is my quick review today. I was only able to get one pair, and I'm not planning to sell it, but I do look for a trade. If you have a size 8.5 that you want to trade, brand new condition, let me know. The other thing I wanted to kind of just briefly point out was that the interestingly though, that I noticed that more of the older version of the 12, you get this, and it may be also with the holds true with the original Air Jordan 12, was that if you look at the Mudguard here, right, and then you see how it's almost a very straight line from this view, whereas if you look at this, it kind of curves down. Now if you want to say, okay, if you look at this way, it looks like it's more straight, but from the same angle point of view, it just looks like this part is curved, right? So if you kind of look at it from this perspective, right, there is that curvy shape to it. Again, I just wanted to point out some of these subtle differences. I personally prefer to have the straight line because it looks sleeker, whereas this one kind of dips down. So I don't know if the Mudguard is just thinner here, whereas the Mudguard here is much more, there's much more here, so that's why it's a straight line. But anyways, this is my review of the shoe. Out of 5 for the 2016 version, I would rate this a 4 out of 5. It is still a very nice pair of shoes. I think Jordan Brand did a decent job with it to replicate the original. But as always, they don't make the shoes that they used to. So But for that, and the reason why I did not rate this a 5 is because of the price. I don't think these shoes were worth $190. Certainly, it concerns me that these shoes actually flew off the shelves. And I'm just concerned that Jordan Brand is going to raise these prices, in the future when they re-retro these shoes again in 10 years or so, and then these would be like $220 or $250, and we're still going to get the same quality, and it's not going to change. So that was my concern, was that these shoes were $190 and still they were sold out quickly. So anyways, I hope you were able to cop your pair in your size, and hope you enjoyed this video. Take care out there, guys. Peace out.